Breaking news today. Even as Zelensky takes the UN stage, Biden warns against trying to appease Russia. On Tuesday, U.S. Vice President Joe Biden and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky took center stage at the United Nations, where Biden warned the world of consequences if it tries to appease Russia's naked aggression. Zelensky attended the annual United Nations General Assembly for the first time since the war, dressed in the military fatigues that have become his trademark. In a preview of his UN speech, Vice President Joe Biden warned that absent Russian President Vladimir Putin believes the international community will grow weary and allow it to brutalize Ukraine without consequence. But I ask you this: can any member state feel confident that they are protected if we abandon the core principles of the UN Charter to appease an aggressor? What guarantee do we have for national sovereignty if we permit Ukraine to be partitioned? In a speech Biden was going to make. We must stand up to this naked aggression today in order to deter other would-be aggressors tomorrow. Brazil's President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, who has said that Ukraine shared blame for the war, and who has criticized the billions of dollars in Western military aid to Kyiv, are among the leaders Zelensky plans to meet with. Zelensky, who until recently would travel in complete secrecy, will also take part in a special session on Ukraine at the UN Security Council on Wednesday. Russia is a permanent member of the Security Council and has the power to veto any binding actions taken by the Council. When asked about the meeting while visiting injured Ukrainian soldiers being treated in a New York hospital, Zelensky said that the United Nations still provides a place for Russian terrorists. During a previous interview with CBS News, he referred to Putin as a second Hitler. Putin must be stopped, or the beginnings of a global war must be started, Zelensky warned. Concerns about the global situation. General Assembly members have been overwhelmingly critical of Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, but some developing nations have complained that the West's preoccupation with the conflict has diverted attention away from more pressing issues. The UN General Assembly was opened with a somber speech by Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, who focused on development and lamented the recent deaths of thousands in Derna, Libya, due to flooding. The same Mediterranean Sea where billionaires sunbathe on super yachts is now bringing bodies to shore, Guterres said. A sad reflection of the world we live in, Derna is a snapshot of the flood of inequity, of injustice, of inability to confront the challenges in our midst. Biden also spoke about the wildfires in North America and Europe and the drought in the Horn of Africa, using similarly gloomy language. Together, the excerpts tell an urgent story of what awaits us if we fail to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels and begin to climate-proof our world, as Biden puts it. Zelensky plans to meet with key allies like German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and Russia-friendly leaders like Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu while at the United Nations. Scholz, speaking at a reception commemorating Germany's 50 years in the United Nations, expressed concern about new rifts opening up in the world. The ugly face of imperialism is emerging again, he warned. Drive toward a grain agreement. A UN-backed arrangement that allowed Ukraine, a major breadbasket for the developing world, to ship grain through the Black Sea was terminated by Russia. Erdogan, who will also address the General Assembly on Tuesday, has been trying to restore this arrangement. The world badly needs food from Ukraine and Russia, Guterres said, so he promised he wouldn't give up. Biden and Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi meeting at the UN is an extremely unlikely occurrence. This hard stance while the Iranian leader was at the United Nations. Biden worked to release $6 billion in frozen Iranian oil revenue in South Korea, prompting the two countries to complete a prisoner swap. The Biden administration has made it clear that it does not view the swap as an opportunity, despite criticism at home for the deal with the archenemy.